without words. Much more than music, it's ministry.
So most people can only dream of having a career in the entertainment business, period. Not even just Christian rap.
Right.
But one this long, bro.
Right.
Give me 3 things. 3 things for the young artists.
3 things.
I mean, I know it's more than that, but
yeah.
three things.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Listen to God, listen to people, and listen to yourself. If you do those 3 things, you will always be okay. Unfortunately, most of us only do 1 or the 3, or maybe 2 of the 3. If you listen to God, God will guide you. If you listen to people, they'll tell you what you should do musically. You know what I'm saying? And if you listen to your heart, you stay true to who you are as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And not try to be somebody else. Or, I mean, we all imitate, we all emulate, we all do those things in the beginning. But you have to eventually go, what's my voice? What's my sound? What am I trying to get across? What's passionate to me? If you do those 3 things, you'll always, in my opinion, have some degree of success. Actually, you'll have success because that's the will of God. That's really success.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I think
it's hard to marry those 3, though.
Absolutely. It's still hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because there's times where I may want to listen to God, but I don't listen to people.
Yeah.
I may want to listen to myself, but I don't want to listen to God. You know what I mean? Like, it's a constant battle.
I think for me, listening to myself is the easiest one.
I think, yeah.
That's
I think
the
we're all
easiest
kind of
one.
there. Well, sometimes I'm bad at listening to myself because my own, especially now as I'm older, my tastes are not necessarily congruent to everything that's happening. So
Sure.
I can, because I'm older, go, oh, that's whack because it's not what I like. But that's not the reality. Is every generation redefines music for themselves. And we can never, ever point a finger at that and go, that's wrong because that's not me.
Yeah.
No, you were the same person at that age. And someone was telling you that, and you said, I'll never become that guy.
Right. And then you became that guy.
But that's not to say, I'm not saying 40-year-olds should act like 20-year-olds. I'm not saying, you should be true to yourself, and hopefully as you grow, you have your bigger subject matter. But at the same token, Nelly put it best. Hip hop is it's a young man's music and an old man's survival. It's always been the voice of the youth. And not even a tangent, but like my parents met each other here in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, in the 70s, when this area birthed so many amazing movements.
Right.
But it came out of people that had nothing.
Yeah.
But sometimes out of nothing comes the greatest something, because you're forced into a corner to go, you might take everything away from me, but you can't shut me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really, at the end of the day, what music is. It's an emotion.
You think, man, I'm just thinking about what's going on, particularly in a lot of the inner cities with like police brutality and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you think another movement could get birthed out of the pain that a lot of people are feeling because of those situations?
I would have to preface that by saying I think those situations have never not been there. I think the only difference is we know about them now.
We got cameras,
we can
right?
record them, and we can give the info out to everybody.
Yeah.
Rodney King became Rodney King because someone just happened to have a camera at that time. Now everybody got a camera. So as far as a movement goes, I mean, is it worse now, or does it just seem worse now because we all can see it? Was it worse then, and we just didn't know it because we didn't see it?
We didn't see it.
It's hard to say. I mean, everything seems the biggest deal when it's right in front of your face, but you could go, yeah, but overall, this, and this says the otherwise. The reality is that if you can point a spotlight on a problem, I still think that's a good thing no matter what.
Right.
But we all literally have the microphone now because of social media. We all can say what we have to say, whether our opinion is right or wrong, and we're all arguing with each other at the same time. And I think it's easy to focus on the negative.
Yeah.
Because the positive doesn't get any retweets for the most part.
Let me ask you this. Let me take this back to a Christian rap question. Do you think some of the differences people had, particularly I'm thinking like the tunnel rap, cross movement type stuff, would have been different in the era of social media because maybe guys could have
I mean, it's not like we didn't have the internet then. You know what I'm saying? Dudes were still beefing on the internet. It just happened to be in a very infant stage. With social media, honestly, I don't think social media changes the heart of a rapper.
I got you.
We're still prideful. We still want the spotlight. We still all think we got it all figured out. We all and you know what? And in all fairness, those guys were very young at the time.
Yeah.
And with youth comes dumb mistakes and prideful actions, and they were all trailblazers. Like, there was no template for them to follow.
Right.
There was nobody discipling them. I mean, I take it back. There was people discipling, but there was no like relatable
In
person
music,
that
though.
did it first to go, yo, homie, that's not how you handle that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would have made any difference. I mean, I was there seeing those things play out in front of me at like the conferences, and I mean, we've always had something to argue about. That genre has always had something to argue about.
Where did you feel like you fit in in that space when when all of that was happening?
I mean, Christian hip hop is like a high school. You know, there's just different people in the high school, and sometimes you had the
we
guy,
even got a cool kids table.
You got a cool kids table. You got the other dudes that are over the theater kids. You got what I mean. Like, this is just cliques. There's always gonna be cliques, but I think I was just that kind of guy that I did have a passion for the gospel and for biblical standards. So when I saw something wrong, I was, I guess you say, man enough to go, that's wrong. I will not participate in that, and I will challenge you if that's wrong. Generally, what would happen is that person would go, yeah, well, screw you, I'm going to do my own thing. But I just was, my personality lends itself to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been that guy. And to be honest, I never got caught up in the hype. It was like, I got, the glitz and the glam was there for about 5 seconds, and I'm like, you're just another dude like me. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So I didn't get caught up in the hype enough to go, well, I got to line up with this guy, or I got to line up with that guy.
On the Mwendo radio show. On the Mwendo radio